Today, we are having a very big topic in our front, and this aspect of design is where most beginner designer make error. If you don't notice one that we want to do today, then you cannot be a professional graphic designer. And the one we are going to talking about today is typography. And today we are looking into the fundamental of typography. So before we go, don't forget to click on the subscribe button if you are just watching this video for the first time. And if you are not watching for the first time, if you are my student, don't forget to click to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Okay, so now let's move into typography fundamental. What is typography? Typography is just how your text looks, the font, the size, the spacing, the arrangement, and that's it. Typography is how your text look on your design. So 90% of graphic design is text, and I want to assure you that bad typography is equals to bad design. Even though you do everything, heaven on earth on the design, even though you place heaven on earth on the design, if you have a bad typography, you have a what? A bad design. You can have the best color, you can have the perfect alignment, but if your font looks bad, then your whole design looks bad. That is it. So typography is not optional. Typography is the main event. So let's move to the number one mistake designer makes on typography. The number one mistake designer make on typography is that they think too many fonts makes a beautiful design. That is the first mistake every beginner designer make. They think putting too much fonts, added Comic Sans plus Time Memo plus Montserrat plus Opis plus Robodo make it beautiful. No. The lesser the font in your design, the more beautiful your design look. Now, when you have too many fonts on your design and no consistency, no hierarchy, I know most of you have seen this design before. This one that looks like AI designs, you have seen it before. So no, this is one of the reasons why AI design is not the best, because it has no hierarchy. It fails when it comes to consistency of font and hierarchy. So never use more than 2 fonts in your design. Never use more than 2 fonts in what? In your design. Let your first fonts be the headings and the title, and that one can be fancy, it can be bold. And the body fonts must be another font. It has 2 fonts maximum. If your design is having more than 2 fonts, then it's not a design again. It's what we don't know. It's an alien. We don't know him. You don't know where it's coming from. It's a banger. So don't let your design have more than 2 fonts. If your design is going out of 2 fonts, cancel your design. Close your laptop, go and sleep and wake up so that your head can set. So we have some things we call font family and typeface in design. Typeface is font family. Typeface is what? Is the family, and font is the children under the family. Now, example, I know you get confused a little here. Fonts. We have extra Montserrat here. Under Montserrat, we have extra light, regular, medium, semi-purple. This Montserrat that is bearing is called typeface, and Montserrat bold, Montserrat semi-bold, Montserrat medium is the font under what? Under a typeface. Instead of picking 2 different fonts, you can pick a font family and use all the designs. Imagine using Montserrat bold for your headings and use Montserrat light for your body. The same thing, and it's all Montserrat. It makes your design look mwah. Yeah, that's how it makes your design speed. So, and where can you find font? If you want to download font, you can find font in Google Fonts, you can find font in Da Font, you can find font in 3001 at 1001font.com, and many other platform like that. You can download your font there. And if you are using Canva, you can download you can see font there already made font in your Canva that you can use for your design. And if you are using system font or computer, yeah, we have default font that follow the system, but default font sometimes don't make your design beautiful. You need to get out of the system, find font online, download, and you install the font. If you don't know how to install the font on your laptop, check one of my video. There is a place in my video where I talked about how to upload a font, how to install a font on your computer. So that is for the font family. And under title family, we have what we call serif and sans serif. Sans serif is one of the most trending font because it is good, it is cool, it is elegant, it is very beautiful. It's what most designers use. And serif is classic. Serif is luxurious. So what to avoid: never use fancy fonts or display font for a long paragraph. It's not going to be readable. So this is what I want you to know. If they ask you that what is the difference between serif and sans serif, just tell them that serif have feet and sans serif have more feet. As you can see in the design, we have serif sapwood, it has feet. Sans serif doesn't have feet. Script is the one that used to they write it like fancy font. So when you notice that, you're already becoming a pro designer. So now, self-pairing that always work. Mozilla Bold plus Open Sans makes your design look good. When you use Roboto and Playfed Spray, it makes your design look beautiful. But if you are a beginner designer, I will advise you to go into Montserrat and what do call it? Copies. Use copies and Montserrat. Learn to use copies and Montserrat. It's going to make your design look elegant. And don't pair two fancy fonts together. It makes your design look hard. Don't pair two very similar fonts together. It makes your design look like a mistake. Don't pair two script handwriting fonts together. It makes your design unreadable. Note this and understand it as a beginner designer. So we have size and hierarchy in design, and size and hierarchy can come from text. Size and hierarchy can come from objects. Size and hierarchy can come from the character. So you must understand your size and hierarchy. Beginner makes everything the same size, nothing stands out. That is one of the mistakes of beginner. They make everything stand the same thing. They want to be everything to be bold. Everything cannot be bold. You understand? So if viewer sometimes doesn't know where to look when everything you've done is almost the same thing, is almost the same size, it did not make them to understand how to control their eyes to build your design. Yes, there are ways you place your size and hierarchy, and it's going to make me to read this first and read this second and read this third and read this last. So example of how you can make sizes and hierarchy for your text in your design. Let your headline always be 60% bigger than your body, and let your subheading always be 40% bigger than your body. Your headline will be bold than every other design. So let's go to spacing between line. Spacing between line, we call it leading. We call it what? Leading. Lines of text too close to each other is called crammed. It's hard to read, and line too far apart is called disconnected. Look at this design. Very beautiful design. It's readable from far, it's readable from near. So what happens there is that there is a space. They give it the space between the designs. We have space around the characters, space around the text, space around the object, and every other thing. That makes the design looks beautiful. Manage your space and maximize using spacing as a designer, especially beginner designer. Don't jump pack every of your design together. Know this, know peace. So let's go to our checklist. The font mastery checklist. Before you finish your design as a beginner designer, check these things. Is my design no more than 2 fonts? That's the first thing you have to say. Look at the design. How much font am I in? There is more than 2 fonts. Start again. Second one, is it serif or sans serif? Pick one style for your body. Don't use serif all through, don't use sans serif all through. And size slider. Make sure you look at, okay, is my design readable? Which one are they going to read first? Which one are they going to read second? Line spacing and line length. Check those things. Run through these 5 massive things every day. Take 30 seconds to look at it. Is this, or did I apply all these 5 rules on my design? And with that, it makes you start looking like what? Like a pro. So that is all for typography. We are going to be moving into the next aspect of our course. So see you in the next one. And if you are watching this for the first time, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. And if you are my student, like I always say, make sure you drop the comments in the video so that I can know you attend the class. Failures to do that can cost you elimination. So take care of yourself. Have a wonderful time. See you in the next video.